Hello, and welcome to Color Commentary. I'm TJ, your average fan, and I'll be talking to you today about Paramount show Star Trek Picard, Season 3, Episode 4, No-Win Scenario. And we're going to get right into it. Spoilers! Okay, so this episode we start with a 5 years ago title. And Picard is in the 10 Forward, that's in Los Angeles, the 10 Forward bar. And he's having lunch, and then some Starfleet cadets come over and ask him about some history, his book, some stories they heard, and, things like that. And then it dawned on me in confusion, like, last season was the first time that Picard had went to 10 Forward. The 10 Forward bar that Guinan had made, and so I'm confused as to how he's there now. But I forgot that he went there in the past and found out about it. So when he came back to the future, maybe. But still, when did that happen? The whole timeline of when the last season happened and now is very confusing, because if it was 5 years ago from the current time, when did last season happen? 5 years ago? I'm confused. That kind of threw me off. But anyway, he's telling them stories about how your crew is one and work together. You can always have hope that you're gonna make it through. Right after last week when Riker threw him off the bridge and didn't want to listen to his plan. So we go to the present day where Riker is trying to get the ship in order to do something, and he's getting all bad news from every angle. We don't have enough power for this, we ain't got power for that, that's completely dead. If we move that, then that's going to be over. We're getting hit by these waves, these bioelectrical waves that Beverly is in sick bay doing countdowns on like they contractions. We'll get back to that in a minute, because I said they should have investigated that. But anyway, nothing Riker could do. So they're pretty much dead in the water, stuck. On the Shriek, the captain there chops her hand, and it changed into like changeling type thing. And then she's talking to whoever she's in charge of her, and they're telling her, pursue them. Screw the fact that they went deep into the nebula and the gravity well is about to destroy them. I don't care about you, your crew, or your ship. Get what I told you to go get. That's it. That's all. That's pretty much the gist of what the thing told her. And so she was disappointed in that, but she went ahead with the orders. I'm going to do that. So she decided to go ahead and go into the nebula. We'll be back to them in a minute. So, meanwhile, on the Titan, we got Riker coming to Picard, telling him he was sorry about how he acted in the previous episode, of course, and that he was right. He should have listened to him. A lot of skippity-doo. And so he telling him, we don't have much time left, so you should really get to know your son. Go get to know your son. So they pushing this whole that's his son thing. So I guess I'm gonna have to accept it. Jack is his son. Okay, whatever. Anyway, so he goes to ask Beverly, can I have a moment with Jack? So they go and they talk in a holographic recreation of the 10 Forward in Los Angeles, which was hilarious. But while they're sitting there, some of the other crew who are waiting to die come in and sit down and try to help each other out and comfort one another, and him and Jack are exchanging stories and whatnot with each other. So while they're doing that, the captain of the Titan, the dude that don't like them, decides to come in and hang out with them, and he's a total dick. He's an asshole for real. And his memory of first encountering Picard was when he was Locutus as Borg. And so he don't have great memories of him, which kind of explains why he's kind of a dick to him. But still, he's an admiral. He done survived all of that and did more than that since then, bro. What have you done? We shall see. So Seven goes to the captain, the original captain of the Titan. I can't remember his name because he's such an asshole. The asshole captain, that's what I'm going to call him. Because she's trying to hunt down the changeling that's still on the ship. He gives her the idea that they have the little container that they go and rejuvenate in. So she finds it so that she can get the residue out of it, so she can track this thing. So the ship can track it. So while she's on her way to go take care of that, she gets attacked by the changeling, who She shot a few times, but then it got away into the bulkhead somewhere, squeezed on through. So now they have to come up with a new plan to figure out how to get this damn changeling and get out of this nebula, because Beverly has figured out that it is pretty much like contractions. Something's about to burst out this bad boy. We don't know what it is, but that final contraction is definitely going to destroy the ship. So we need to go. And thanks to the stories that Jack and Picard were telling each other, they came up with a plan to ride the energy wave out of the nebula, which required them to open these covers that were on the warp nacelles. And so they needed the original captain of the Titan, asshole captain, to go and do that, because he used to be an engineer. And the systems are that old where he would know how to make it happen. So him and Seven go down there to do that, while Riker and Picard and Beverly and Jack are on the bridge trying to get, everything set up so they can ride the wave. And they get it all set up after the changeling shows up, because Seven told Riker, yeah, we don't need no help, we good. But then Ensign LaForge comes down there like, hey, I can help, my father was a top engineer, I know some stuff, can I help out? Yeah, clearly the changeling, because Seven, like I specifically told Riker, I don't need nobody. And so, LaForge's daughter tends to call her Seven and not Commander Hansen. So when she's like, Commander who? And she's like, Commander Hansen. And then she shot her to death. I was like, yep, changeling. So they got rid of that changeling, and they were able to catch the energy, charge up the warp nacelles, and ride the wave out of the nebula. They had to dodge some asteroids with some help from Jack. I was like, to that, because I'm like, I really don't care about Jack, to be honest. I really don't. But he helped, and they were on their way out, and they're charging up the warp core so they can go ahead and warp. And who's in front of them but the freaking Shriek? So Riker pulls a move I thought was genius and awesome. He used the tractor beam to grab one of the asteroids, then he hit the brakes, let go of the tractor beam, so the asteroid went slinging into their ship. Fucked they shit up. I mean, everything was down, and there wasn't nothing they could do. She was so bad, the captain of the Shriek, about them not getting away, because they was able to go ahead and warp out of there. So they was gone after they observed the birth of these, what I would like to call space squid, I guess, or whatever. I mean, space jellyfish, I don't know. But they were cool and awesome to see, and it was like a ton of them came out of this nebula. It was kind of awesome, I gotta say. And they was like, and then Beverly, to explore, to discover new life, yeah, we get it. And they played the Next Generation theme several times, especially when Picard took the helm of the ship. Oh yeah, it was on. This was a very good episode, and I did not have to deal with Rafi, not one bit of it, this entire episode. I think that's what made this such a great episode to me, because I didn't have to deal with this crybaby woman in the background whining about everything and wanting to fight everybody. I'm not even brought her up in this episode. But anyway, none of that was going on. None of HUD, no Worf. Just them trying to get out the nebula, deal with their issues, and get away from the Shriek. And that is what they did. Even though, afterwards, Jack is having visions in his head of some voice telling him to find me in space somewhere. And he's seeing black vines growing on the walls and red doors opening. I don't know what the hell's going on with him. But I'm pretty sure that's going to be the next part of what they're going to have to deal with. That's going to lead to the connection, probably, to Worf and Rafi and the terrorist situation. Because even the transporter thing tech that they had on the Shriek, she dismantled that shit and threw it off into space when they went inside, because it affected gravitational distortions, and she didn't need them blowing up. She was trying to save her own crew. Well, it's probably going to be a problem with her people with that one. So I don't know if she a changeling herself, or she just connected to the changelings in some kind of way, but the thing that she cut on her hand looked like a changeling to me, even though it just formed into a head and floated and talked to her. I don't know. New aliens? I'm here for it. We all know we need new aliens in Star Trek, baby. But anyway, that was this week's episode of Star Trek Picard, episode 4. Man, this so far out of 4 episodes, this has been the best one to me. Absolutely fantastic. Even though Riker did try to play the game, like he came at the beginning, like, I'm sorry, I should listen to you. Then when Beverly and Jack and Picard came to him with the new plan. No, we can't do that. No, 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 no. Dude, didn't you learn your lesson from the last time? Come on, man. Anyway, I digress. I will see you guys next week for another episode. In the meantime, have a great day.